So if you run a small business or a nonprofit, going global probably feels like a huge distant dream, right? I mean, the cost, the complexity, the language barriers, it's just a massive headache. But what if all of that is about to completely change? Today, we're going to break down a new model called the English Plus Framework. It's basically a blueprint for taking even the smallest organizations international and doing it, well, practically overnight. Okay, let's get into it.
First things first, let's just get some perspective. Take a look at this number, 99.9%. That's the percentage of all businesses in the United States that are classified as small businesses. We're not talking about some small corner of the market here. We are talking about the very engine of the entire economy.
In this slide, this breaks it down even more. If you look at these numbers from the AI Impact Report, it's pretty staggering. You've got over 28 million entities with 0 employees. That's your solo entrepreneurs, your freelancers. Then another 5.7 million with fewer than 20 people. The key takeaway here is that the economy isn't just about giant corporations. It's overwhelmingly powered by these small, lean, and agile organizations.
And for these millions and millions of organizations, this is the big wall they all run into, the global scaling barrier. You know how it is. Expanding into a new country usually means you have to hire local teams, figure out all new regulations, and, this is the big one, deal with all the language and cultural hurdles. It's just this huge wall of cost and complexity.
Okay, so let's just flip that whole problem on its head with a question. What if that wall could just, well, what if it could just vanish? Picture a small charity, right? Based in one city, maybe 10 people on staff. Now imagine them suddenly able to coordinate relief efforts, manage their finances, and talk to partners in 10 different languages, all without hiring a single new person. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the kind of thing that's becoming possible with a new type of technology.
The engine driving all of this is a concept called multi-agent orchestration. Now, don't let the jargon scare you off. It sounds complicated, but all it really means is having a team of specialized AIs. Each one is an expert in something specific, like sales or finance, and they all work together under one central command system.
You know, the best way to think about this isn't as some piece of software you just buy off the shelf. It's way more like hiring a fully formed, world-class executive team that just happens to be digital. They don't need desks, they don't take coffee breaks, and they work in perfect sync 24/7. At the very top of this digital team is Maestro. Think of Maestro as your virtual chief of staff, or maybe even a co-CEO. It's the central command hub, the single point of contact for a human leader to direct this entire autonomous workforce. The source material calls it the central nervous system of the organization, and honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it.
And reporting directly to Maestro is a full C-suite. You've got Catalyst, your virtual sales director, out there driving revenue. You've got Fiducia, handling all the finances with, perfect accuracy. Nexus is managing HR and internal operations. Cortex is making sure your IT is secure and stable. Each one is a specialist, just ready to go.
Okay, now this is where we circle back to that whole global scaling problem. This right here, this is the key that unlocks absolutely everything. Every single one of these AI directors, from sales to finance, has native-level proficiency in over 30 languages baked right in. And we're not talking about some clunky, awkward translation tool. We're talking about real contextual fluency.
And this is what brings us to the English Plus framework. The idea is that an organization can keep operating and strategizing in its main language, let's say it's English, while its digital workforce flawlessly executes those strategies in dozens of other languages. So, your sales agent, Catalyst, could be negotiating a deal in Japanese while your finance agent, Fiducia, is sending an invoice in German at the exact same time, instantly. That massive language barrier is just gone.
So you might be thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but how does a company actually start doing this? Well, the roadmap is surprisingly straightforward. Step 1, you audit what's called the operator tax. That's all the time you as a leader waste on manual, repetitive tasks instead of focusing on strategy. Step 2, you pilot a digital crew. You don't have to go all in at once. You can start with just one agent, like Catalyst for sales, and automate one key function. And finally, step 3, you scale through orchestration. You start adding more agents under Maestro's direction until you've built out a complete, autonomous operational backbone for your business.
And this all leads to a really fundamental shift in what it means to be a leader. It's really about this core idea, moving away from the daily grind of working in your business and finally being able to work on your business.
This slide really draws a stark contrast. The old way, the leader is an operator, totally buried in managing tasks, processes, and just getting overwhelmed by administrative details. The new way transforms the leader into a conductor. Think about it. A conductor doesn't play every single instrument.
they set the vision, they set the tempo, and they direct the entire orchestra, which in this case is an AI workforce, to execute that vision with precision.
Ultimately, this is the vision we're talking about, a true human plus machine partnership. It's where human creativity, our intuition, our strategic vision, all of that gets amplified by the speed, the scale, and the raw efficiency of an autonomous system. Your best ideas are no longer limited by your team's size or where they happen to be located.
So the final question is really for you to reflect on. When you look at your own work, at your own day-to-day, are you spending your time managing all the tiny details, just playing the role of an operator? Or are you ready to step up onto the podium, take the baton, and lead as a conductor, guiding a powerful system to achieve a scale you never, ever thought was possible?